Yo guys, and welcome back to the channel. Before we do anything, please make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into it. And I want to talk to you guys about AJ versus Ngannou, the knockout chaos, the fight that's taking place in a week's time, which is on the Friday the 8th of March, for those that are watching it today. And it's a bit of a different one because I know we're all used to fight night being on a Saturday night here in the UK. But this one's taking place in Saudi Arabia, and with Ramadan around the corner, it makes sense for the fight to take place just before Ramadan kicks in and to sort of end Riyadh's season. So my personal predictions. So before I get into my personal predictions, let's discuss both fighters. So you've got Francis Ngannou, who's having his second pro fight, first one being with Tyson Fury, and he lost that one technically, but I mean, the public view, my view is I think he won that, especially with the knockdown and how he dominated the fight. But how bad would that look on boxing itself if Ngannou's come in and be the lineal heavyweight champion? But hey, he's got a loss on his record. But I feel like he fought very, very, very well, and I was very surprised by Ngannou, to be honest, because I thought in that fight, right, he hasn't got any boxing background. He's come straight from MMA. I know he's big, tall and strong, but I thought Tyson just outclassed him and really just school him in that fight. But it turned out to be the complete opposite. Tyson's come in very overweight, and you know, Ngannou's coming with a lot of strength, power, determinations, and willingness to win, and he clearly demonstrated that by not only knocking down Fury, but really just boxing very, very, very well. Obviously, he was unfortunate, but it's just how it goes in boxing. Sometimes you've got winners and losers, but that hasn't obviously stopped him. He's now moved on to face AJ, one of the, in my opinion, one of the best heavyweight boxers. Definitely, he's rightfully so. I think number 3 because of the 2 losses to Usyk back to back. But this is a very, very, very interesting fight for me because you've got someone like AJ, 6'6", 18, 19 stone, very strong boxer. I mean, he does the basics very, very well, and he's got a very strong power shots as well. And he's very aggressive with his technique, although, he's received a lot of criticism, definitely over the last couple of fights, about him being gun shy and not being able to be as aggressive as he once was when he first started. But what AJ's done is he's come back stronger, crafted his skill, because he's become a very good technical boxer, but also against the fight against Wallin, he displayed how he can balance between technical boxing and aggression as well. And you've got Francis Ngannou, again, a big unit, very strong chin, because come on, if you're in the UFC and you're taking elbows, knees, kicks to the face, and it doesn't phase you, and you haven't really lost in the UFC, and now you want to come into boxing, especially with the heavyweight division. I think when you're in the lower divisions, it's more based on the technicalities, how much of a good boxer you are. But with heavyweight, a lot of it, yes, it does to do with a bit of technicalities, but it's all about sheer power and how you can knock someone out. And with Francis Ngannou having such a powerful punch, I don't know if you guys seen when he punched the punch machine and he hit 999, which is like, I guess, the maximum on the punch scale. It clearly shows you how powerful Ngannou punches, probably as equivalent to, of not stronger than Wilder's. But he showed us against Fury. He really showed us what Ngannou's about, and his story just speaks for itself. I know everywhere you look, people are talking about his history of him moving to Cameroon and all the struggles he's been in. But one thing about Ngannou is he's mentally strong, and I think that's his advantage, and his belief that he can beat anyone that he steps into the ring with is going to pose for an amazing fight. AJ is very technical, very, very technical. His straight shots are perfect. Again, like I said, he's got the strength, power, and the grit to sort of get through it. I know, a lot of questions have been asked about with AJ when it comes to, his opponents he fought, in a sense where, like, when when he fought Wallin, with Wallin, I mean, Wallin just didn't turn up for the fight, if I'm being honest. Like, he just, he didn't want to be there. And he was very respectful of AJ's power, didn't do much. And yeah, he got out of there in 5 rounds. But obviously, a lot of us want to see when the heat is put on AJ, when someone really sticks it on AJ, how does he react? What does he do? And a lot of people are questioning his chin. Personally, I don't understand why they do that and why they are questioning his chin, because it's not like AJ's been knocked out flat by anyone. Yeah, I mean, he's been wobbled a couple of times, but I've never seen him down and out where he's been completely KO'd. And you might throw in Ruiz, technically knocked him out. Well, the ref waved it off. But in that fight, you can clearly tell AJ was not himself. There was certain circumstances, obviously, which he never chose to spoke about, and we'll never really know until either he writes a book or comes out one day and says what was wrong with him. But you can tell in that fight he wasn't himself, because in AJ versus Ruiz 2, we all saw how that fight went and how technical AJ was and how sharp he was. So my final predictions, without rambling too much, my final predictions on this is, I think if AJ adapts a clean sort of boxer moves stance and just boxes moves very well, and whenever Ngannou comes in, he just hits him with something that keeps him away from him, I think AJ will win. But if AJ opts for a shootout with Ngannou, then, I don't know how that will end up. But if it's a shootout, I'll probably give it to Ngannou, because I think he's got a strong chin, very powerful shot, and he's used to the whole hugging and grabbing and, the shoving around. So, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, very interesting. But my bet, if I was going to put my money on someone, I'll put it on AJ, because purely he's the boxer, and I want to see AJ win, because let's face it, if AJ does lose this fight, that will have put a huge dent in his career. Like, I don't know where he will go from here, because I know he wants to fight, have a shot at the undisputed. But if you lose to a guy that's only had 2 pro fights, then I don't know where that will put him. I don't know how his career would look. I don't believe in the whole thing of when you lose, you've got to retire, because a lot of fighters have lost and, made their way back. A lot of legends have done that. So people need to get rid of this, if you lose, you can't come back, all of that. Like, I feel like there'll be opportunities to come back, but I just don't know where that will place him. Who would he fight next? Do you know what I mean? Who would want to, fight AJ? I mean, people would want to fight him, but I mean, where would his career go from there? I mean, the undisputed chance is gone. So, don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But my bet is on AJ to win that one. You guys comment below what you think and who do you think will win this fight. And yeah, like as always, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.